Over time, we have literally changed the face of the earth. So much so that the harm we've done seems irreversible.
The Muskoka Summit every 2 years has really gotten national attention because it's attracted people who are really leading experts. So the first one on water, having David Schindler, the fact that it's actually broadcast to a larger audience because of national CBC ideas lodging into the process. So it's, for those of you in Muskoka who don't know, that this is really a big deal. The Muskoka Summit on the Environment really is. But it does translate into local action. So this summit is about climate. And you can look at every community across Canada and figure out, well, what could we do better to reduce our greenhouse gas footprint? How do we do it? And for this region, there's a lot that can be done by reducing the use of personal automobiles, whether it's carpooling, whether it's thinking, okay, if I'm going to make a big trip into Toronto, I would like to make sure my car is full. I'll call around and ask a few girlfriends if they want to go with me because my appointments are here, here, and here. Does that work for you? It's one of the speakers earlier today was saying it's sort of a mindset thing, opening up your mind to thinking about, right, if I'm taking my car somewhere, how do I make sure I'm not driving alone?
I think this summit's it's fantastic that it's in Muskoka. This is an incredibly beautiful part of Canada. And I think Muskoka can be even more of a leader than it already is on environmental issues. If you think about clean water, there's lots of expertise in Muskoka, and people who live here understand intuitively, the water in a way is the wealth of the community, and you've got to keep it clean. The same thing with climate. That's just the topic this year, but we can show leadership in towns of any size. And the great thing is when you do it right, you create better communities, you find ways to create jobs, and you lower your impact on the planet permanently. And that matters whether it's in Bracebridge, Gravenhurst, Toronto, Calgary, Vancouver, wherever you live. I also think that's the kind of community people want to see.
It's important to hear what people that are doing research in the area are thinking about and working on. We also have students with posters that have been working on issues. Again, the more we know about what's changing and what's happening, the more we can develop programs and provide opportunities to deal with the situation.
There's a lot of issues out there that I would call environmental issues. And then there's climate change, which is basically survival, security. Sometimes say that climate change is an environmental issue the same way that drowning is a water issue. It involves water, but that's not the first thing you're thinking about, right? So we're now in a place where the amount of greenhouse gases we've put in the atmosphere have created global danger. We're in a climate emergency, and that's why the actions that were agreed to in Paris are really bold. We're really talking globally about an energy revolution where the world, not just Canada, the world will be moving off fossil fuels.
Working with Watershed Council, it's important to bring the information to people in Muskoka and to develop an understanding of issues like climate change, because the more we talk about it within our communities, the more we do things, and the closer we'll get to finding solutions for climate change.